my next comic is, he's a guy. He's very funny. Clap it up for Pete Ballmer.
Everyone's like, yeah, that is a guy. Straightforward, no left turns here. Let's fucking go, baby. Hell yeah. Nice. Anyway, I'm from the suburbs originally. Anybody else? Yeah. There we go. A shocking amount of pride for the suburbs tonight. My boy rapping back there. I feel like generally speaking, people don't have that much pride for the suburbs, and I feel like the reason for that is because every suburb, no matter where it is in the country, it's always just the same place. And like you can tell because whenever you meet someone who's from the suburbs and you ask where they're from, they'll always round up to the most interesting nearby location. Like I'm from Bellevue, Washington originally, but if you ask me, I'll say Seattle, so we have like something to talk about, you know? Because like, what do you even ask someone when you learn they're from the suburbs? Just like, oh wow, so how far away from Chipotle was your town's Jamba Juice? When that high school kid died in a drunk driving accident 12 years ago, did they start a scholarship or build a bench? Which, scholarship, classy town. All right. I live here now in San Francisco, and I find that whenever I go back to the suburbs, adults that live there always want to talk to me about the homelessness in San Francisco. I'll be at like a holiday party, some guy will come up to me, he'll be like, so I understand you live in San Francisco. Seems like the homelessness has gotten very bad there. And I'll just be like, yeah, it's good to see you too, Dad. But I do feel like this conversation comes up a lot, like when I go home, and it's a complex topic. I think there's two approaches you can take. Either one, you really bear down, you get into it, you say, yes, there is a lot of homelessness in San Francisco, but really it's more of a national economic issue than it is anything to do with local policy. And honestly, it's just sad that the government spends so much money on the military at the expense of social services that would actually help alleviate homelessness. Or, you gotta be like, yeah, there is a lot of homelessness in San Francisco. I wish someone would just like suck them all up with a big vacuum. And that's not what I believe, but that's what's gonna end the conversation the quickest. If I go option one, I gotta sit there and endure a lecture about the free market for 20 minutes. If I go option two, the guy will just be like, yeah, I was talking to my barber about the vacuum idea last week. Turned out all right, kid. Let's go get in the blue moon, all right? It was a wealthy suburb I'm from. I did grow up rich. I feel like some of you guys could tell. I feel like I look like I have rich parents, you know? Like, I look like I've spent a lot of my life going... It's just right. Thanks, Mommy. And I always felt guilty about the fact that my family had money because I feel like I didn't do anything to deserve the upbringing that I got. And my parents didn't come from money, so they always made us feel guilty about it. Like, I remember one time, my mom went to get a massage. And I turned to my dad, I was like, I want to get a massage sometime. I was like 10 years old. And and my dad goes, ugh, you sound like a spoiled rich kid right now. And I was like, yeah, man. For Christmas this year, we went to New Zealand. I'm gonna sound like that sometimes. You wanted me to be like a chill, humble guy. You could have taken me to go see Mom's family in Nebraska, but you didn't want to do that either, so. And like, I don't fault my parents for like making us feel guilty. Like, that's a hard position to be in, like as a parent. Like if you're my dad and you're like, well, my father immigrated to this country and his English wasn't great and he didn't have a lot of money. Things weren't easy for us, but that adversity made me the man that I am today. And then you have a kid who at 9 years old knows what Wagyu beef tastes like. What do you do with that, guys? Just like make him take out the trash once a week and hope he doesn't leave his tech job to do stand-up comedy? Didn't seem like a winning strategy to me. I was back at my fiance's family in their suburb a little while back. I love hanging out with her family, they're fantastic. One night we were all hanging, and the cousins were gonna go outside and smoke weed, right? So I went with them. We're hanging outside, and so my fiance's black, her family's black. I tell you that because it's relevant to the story, but also because it will make some of you like me a little bit more. like, let's be honest. Everyone in this room would have guessed Asian or white for me, and that's totally fair. Not what's going on. So we're hanging outside. We're passing a J around, and we start talking about hip hop, right? I didn't bring it up. And like, I like hip hop, but I'm aware of the context, and I'm stoned, so I'm like, I'll defer. But as the conversation goes longer and longer, and I get higher and higher, I become increasingly aware of the fact that I haven't said anything in like 15 minutes. And looking back, I was just stoned and being weird. It's not like if I said anything at any point in time, someone would have been like, oh yeah, that's what you think? Freestyle rap right now, let's hear it. But at the same time, it never really felt helpful to the vibe to just like break 15 minutes of silence to come in and say some dumb shit like, man, I feel like the roots of hip hop have really been damaged by the commercialization of the culture. So I kept it quiet. Eventually the topic shifted. We started talking about where one of the cousins is living in Boston nowadays. And I was like, okay, we're back. And then the topic shifted very quickly again to what parts of Boston have gotten the most gentrified lately, and I was like, oh, we are so not back. It's hard for me to say anything that, like, at one point one of the cousins was like, yeah man, I was in Dorchester recently, and now they got like a Sweet Green, an Orange Theory, and an axe throwing bar, and I can't chime in on that, because my honest response to that is, sounds like a great Saturday afternoon. So I stayed quiet. Eventually I started getting in my head, I was like, I should really try to speak up and earn some points on this topic. Because I kind of got a little bit of like resting gentrification face going on myself. So next time there's a lull in the convo, I came in at that moment, I was just like, man, I feel like the roots of hip hop have really been damaged by the commercialization of the culture. My fiance was like, let's go inside. So, love her. We live here. My fiance's she's been getting into the self-driving cars lately. She's been taking those a lot. And I asked her, I was like, why do you like the self-driving car so much? And she goes, well, I like that if I get into a self-driving car at 2 in the morning, there's not going to be anyone in there who's going to tell me he likes my skirt or ask if I live alone. And when she said that, at this moment where I realized, I was like, oh, the robots are going to take our jobs because men are creepy. That's the whole, we should have seen this coming a long time ago with the vibrator, honestly. Right, because like that is the whole pitch of the vibrator, is that if you put it into the drawer for the night, it's not going to go, come on, just for a little bit, right? And fellas, let me just say right now, once they start putting vibrators into self-driving cars, we're fucked. That's it, no more men after that. Are you kidding me? Something that gets you off and then drops you off at the airport? That's a great boyfriend. It's called Waymo because it's gonna get her off way more times than you. So we gotta fucking step it up, you know? Stand-up's going pretty well for me these days. I'm actually doing stand-up full-time as of now. So, yeah, mostly because I recently got this big break where I inherited money. Sorry, unfortunately, that's showbiz, baby. Not a fair system. And I got money because my grandpa immigrated to this country. He worked his way up into middle management at the Ford Motor Company, and he wanted me to have an easier life than he did. And I appreciate that he did that, but I also think he'd be a little bummed if he saw how much easier my life is than his was. Like, my grandpa worked as an interpreter in the Nuremberg trials after World War II. His work helped imprison the Nazi party chief of Bavaria. I don't set an alarm to wake up most days. I just don't think my grandpa was rolling into Ellis Island like, I'm gonna make something myself in this country, and I will do so that one day my grandson can rewatch The Sopranos at 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Doesn't seem like a dream. But I try to be upfront about it. I try to let people know. I think it's weird when people like receive money from somewhere and don't say anything about it. Like, I have a friend who, when he was 27 years old, he bought his first house. Yeah, he bought his first house. And like, obviously he has rich parents, they bought the house for him, but like, he didn't tell me that when he told me about the house. And in doing so, he kind of like created this world that I had to play along with, in which he is capable of buying a house. So I was like, oh, how's it going, man? He's like, oh, not bad. I actually just closed on my first house. So And I'd be like, oh wow, so sounds like DJing's going pretty well then. I had no idea those SoundCloud premiums were so juicy. So anyway, I'm buying a boat soon. Just TV shows enough, it happened for you. I don't know. I try to be aware of like how my privileged existence has affected me. Like, I think one thing is that like I'm kind of an impatient person. Anybody else? Guess not. Okay. I got really impatient the other day because I was trying to drive out of San Francisco. There was a protest happening in the main streets, so traffic was really bad. And I think it's great that we protest. I think there's a lot of very good reasons to be protesting nowadays. But I also think that if you can prove that you're on the same side as the protesters, they should let you drive through. You know, like traffic in San Francisco during Pride is a nightmare. I would suck a dick to get through that. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? Let's go ahead and make some changes, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there, it's like an hour and a half, barely moved, I start to get pissed, right? And then I catch myself, and I was like, you know, this is probably a really good cause that you like and support, it's okay to be inconvenienced right now. And then I was not pissed, and then I waited one I'm pissed again, I was going back and forth until I passed the protest. I saw that it was the Walk for Life, which is the pro-life protest. And listen, I've always been pro-choice, but I have never felt that pro-choice in my entire life. I switched over from pro-choice to anti-life. Because I was just sitting there in my car being like, damn, if we had just aborted every single one of these people, I'd be a top golf by now. So, that's what you do for me. Thank you so much. Give it up for your host.